about the professional development for you. Before I interview about the questionnaire, I'd like to introduce yourself. She is Siti Zainab SPG. She is an English teacher in Naval Language School, and then I'm going to ask some question about the professional development. The first one is the first question is how have teaching methods and approaches in ELT changed during your career, and what impact have these changes had on your professional development?
Okay, thank you your questions. Teaching methods and approach in English language teaching (ELT) have shifted significantly over the years. From teacher-centered methods like the grammar translation method to more student-centered approach like communicative language teaching (CELT). In recent times, task-based learning and project-based learning have gained prominence, emphasizing real-world context and learning autonomy. This evolution has led me to focus on more interactive and communicative activities in my teaching, encouraging me to pursue professional development opportunities that align with these modern trends, such as attending workshop and CLT or test-based learning.
Okay. The next question about the technological integration, ma'am. What challenges and opportunities do you encounter when integrating technology into English language teaching, and how do you stay updated with technological trends, ma'am?
Okay, it's about technological integration.
Okay.
In integrating technology into ELT has presented both challenging and opportunities. The primary challenge is ensuring that technology is used as a tool to enhance learning rather than becoming a distraction. Additionally, not all students have access to the same technological resources, creating issues of equity. However, technology offers opportunity for multimedia-rich content, interactive learning experiences, and remote education, especially during times like the COVID-19 pandemics. I stay updated with technological trends by participating in online courses, following edtech blogs, and attending technology-focused ELT conferences.
Okay. The next question about the continuous learning, ma'am. What forms of continuous professional development do you engage in, such as workshops, conferences, or advanced degrees, and how do they contribute to your teaching effectiveness, ma'am?
Okay. For continuous learning, continuous professional development is critical for staying current in ELT. I engage in various forms of learning such as attending workshops, conference and webinars, which provide practical insight and networking opportunities. I also pursue advanced degrees and certifications in ELT to deepen my understanding of teaching theories and practices. Then continuous learning activities contribute to my teaching effectiveness by exposing me to new methodological, classroom management techniques, and technology tools that I can implement in my classroom.
And the fourth question, ma'am, about the cultural sensitivity in ELT, ma'am. As English is often taught in diverse cultural contexts. What challenges have you faced in promoting cultural sensitivity, and how do you turn those challenges into teaching opportunities, ma'am?
Okay. Teaching English in a cultural diverse context present unique challenges. As English as taught to students from various backgrounds, it's essential to promote cultural sensitivity and avoid ethnocentric perspective. I have I have faced challenges such as addressing culturally sensitive topics and ensuring inclusivity. To turn these challenges into teaching opportunities, I incorporate culturally diverse material into my lessons and promote cross culture understanding. Cross cultural understanding. You see. See CCU, cross-cultural understanding. This approach fosters a more inclusive learning environment and enrich the learning experience for all students.
Okay. And the next question, ma'am, about the assessing student needs. How do you determine the specific needs of your students in ELT, and what strategies do you use to address those needs while ensuring comprehensive language skills development?
It's about assessing student needs.
Yes, of course, ma'am.
Okay, determining the specific needs of students in ELT requires a combination of formal and informal assessment. I use diagnostic tests, survey, and classroom observations to understand students' language proficiency and learning preferences. Once I identify their needs, I employ various strategies to address them, such as differentiation instructions, scaffolded learning, and personalized feedback. This approach ensures that I meet students at their current level while promoting comprehensive language skill development.
Okay. Okay. The next question, ma'am, about the professional development efforts, ma'am. What efforts have you been making to maintain your professional development as an English teacher?
Okay, to maintain my professional development
Yes.
as a teacher, I actively seek opportunities to improve my skill and knowledge. This includes attending professional development workshops, pursuing certification, and participating in teacher network or associations. Additionally, I read academic journal and books on ERT to stay informed about the latest research and trends. This effort helped me to stay motivated and ensure that I'm providing the best possible education to my students.
Okay. The next question, ma'am, about collaboration with college. Can you describe a time when collaboration with other teachers or educational professionals significantly enhance your teaching approach or solve a challenge you face in the classroom?
Right. It's about the collaboration with the college. Collaboration with other teachers or educational professionals can significantly enhance teaching approaches. A memorable instance of collaboration involved working with a group of teachers to develop a curricular project. We combine English language learning with science and social studies, creating a project that engages students in meaningful interdisciplinary learning. This collaboration not only improved my teaching approach but also provided a richer learning experience for the students.
Okay. The next question about the language acquisition theories, ma'am. How do current theories of language acquisition influence your teaching practices, and what challenges do you face in applying these theories in the classroom, ma'am?
Okay. Current theories of language acquisition, such as the input hypothesis and the interactions hypothesis, influence my teaching practices by emphasizing the importance of comprehensible input and meaningful interactions. I apply these theories into the classroom by creating a language-rich environment, providing sample opportunities for students to interact in English, and focusing on contextual language learning. However, challenges arise when the students have different learning pace or when the classroom environment does not readily facilitate interactions. To address these challenges, I implement a variety of groups activities and use technology to create virtual interaction when needed.
Okay. Okay, and the next question, ma'am, about the feedback and assessment. What methods do you use to assess students' progress in ALT, and how do you incorporate feedback to improve both student outcomes and your own professional development, ma'am?
Okay, this is the last or the second? The last
No,
questions.
no, no.
Okay, for feedback and assessment,
Yeah.
assessment and feedback are crucial component of ELT. I use a combination of formative and summative assessment to track students' progress. Formative assessment, such as quizzes and in-class activities, allow me to gauge students' understanding and provide timely feedback. And next, summative assessment, such as exam and final project, measure overall learning outcomes. I incorporate feedback by providing constructive comments, conducting one-on-one sessions, and encouraging peer assessment. This approach not only helps students improve but also allow me to refine my teaching methods based on their responses and learning patterns.
Okay. The last question, ma'am, about maintaining motivation. Teaching can be demanding. What strategies do you use to maintain your enthusiasm and motivation? And how do you inspire the same in your students, ma'am?
Okay, this is the last.
Yes, the last question.
Okay, maintaining motivations. Teaching can be demanding, and maintaining motivation is essential for both teacher and students. To stay enthusiastic, I set personal teaching goals, seek continuous learning opportunities, and find inspirations in student success stories, and find inspiration in student success stories. Additionally, I maintain a healthy work-life balance to avoid burnout. To inspire motivation in students, I create engaging lessons, recognize their achievement, and connect learning to real-life context. These strategies help maintain a positive and motivating classroom environment. Okay, so
Okay, thank you for interviewing moments today, and I do apologize for taking your time, ma'am. And then thank you for your answer from my some questions for you. Thank you.
okay.